Okay, let's going to start. Once again, welcome to everyone. Welcome to this webinar of New EcoSmart Open Call. Today, our idea is to publish and promote and solve your question about our open call that we launched last September. First of all, before entering more detail, I just want to give you like some basic instruction about the webinar. I would like to ask you to use the question and answer feature of Zoom to post questions, even though we are going to monitor the chat, but we think it will be much easier to track the question and answer. If, in case that some of you want to speak, we could allow you to speak, but we prefer that you just put the question in the proper feature. Also, after this webinar, we are going to create a four of question and answer with the more frequent question. So that information will be included in our website, and also will be updated with any other potential question that could came from our email. This is our the consortium email for any kind of question. So in case that after the webinar you continue having any doubt or question, or even though you have any problem at the submission time, please contact to us through this email. Also, it's important to mention that this webinar is also being recorded. We are going to upload also to our website next week, so you could see the webinar again to solve your doubt or to repeat any information that you need to review. Just also before starting with the meeting or the webinar, just to recap a little bit the agenda that we share with you. We are now in this first part of welcome and introduction. Later on, we will move for the open call basic information and overview, and we will finalize with a question and answer section when we will allow you time to request and clarification, post some question or any doubt that you have about our open call. And finally, we will close the event. Just to starting as soon as possible with the information of the open call, just a short introduction about what New EcoSmart is. New EcoSmart is a project approved by the European Social Fund. It's a project that was granted last year in 2023, and it was born in the context of a pandemic, raw material decrease, and also this kind of climate change request of European Commission of being more circular and at the same time more digital. So a New EcoSmart is a pioneer initiative to try to revive rural areas and empower adults plus 45 years old, SMEs and microfins through social innovation toward the green and digital transition. For that purpose, what we are doing is to try to re-upscale and upscale this target group, and from the green and digital aspect, but also through social innovation. In general, we have like 5 main objectives in our project. The first one was, because it's already achieved, was to identify and address green, digital, and entrepreneurial skill and training needs for our target group. The second one is develop a digital transformation toolkit for social economy actors. The third one is to test and validate the New EcoSmart approach in 3 pilots, Spain, Italy, and Portugal. The fourth one is expand the NES ecosystem. That is why we are here with this launch of our open call, and also we organize in summer, well, in September, and hackathon to try to create and expand the ecosystem and have more solutions and ideas from different communities. And our final objective is to try to share and disseminate our projects and try to encourage as much people as possible to be included and engaged in our project. Regarding our consortium, we are a consortium of 8 partners. From Spain, we have CETEN, the organization where I'm working for, that is the coordinator of the project, and we are located in Murcia region. Also, we have a Muebla, that is a cluster of the region of Murcia, also for the habitat sector, and then we have the town hall of Yecla. In the north of Spain, we have the 4 partner of Spain in our consortium, that is the TIC Research Center. And later on, we have 2 partners in Italy and 2 partners in Portugal. From the side of Portugal, we have SIGN and Adelo, and in the case of Italy, we have CEPES and the University of Naples. That's our working package or our working methodology. We have like 6 working packets: project management, co-design of social innovation methods, digital enables, piloting, consistent evolution, and the final one, communication, outreach, and sustainability. That is a short introduction of our project. Probably most of you already knows about what is New EcoSmart and the consortium, but you could find here our website, our social media, and also my email, just in case that you want to have more information about our project, our results, or any potential cooperation. So after this initial introduction of New EcoSmart, we are going to move to the open call, basic information overview section of today, which is our main target for discussing. First of all, just to mention that New EcoSmart Open Call is an opportunity for different organizations to try to offer their solution out of the one created by the consortium to try to contribute to our challenge. Our challenge is we will go into more detail later on, but is to try, as I mentioned before, to increase the skilling and reskilling of adults, age 45 and companies in the twin transition and also in the social innovation. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are developing our own tools that are the following one that I'm presenting here. So what we are looking for here in this open call are different tools. The tools that we have created are a toolkit with 3 main pillars. The first one is a mock platform from Opinion. Opinion is the platform that we are using for creating this mock platform. In the platform, we have 4 training paths for green, digital, and software entrepreneurial skill. And there are different levels: basic, intermediate, expert, and advanced level. What we are doing is providing some training materials, some slides or presentations to the user, apart from some interactive activities, HP5 activities, and also a final evaluation. Later on, we have Sapien, that is a micro-learning app for the mobile phone, where user could play different games and questions, and also be included in a competition with other users to try to obtain the best scores and win the competition in terms of also green and digital skill. And finally, we have a complementary toolbox that is like a kind of different sources from different projects already approved in Europe that are also based on digital, green, and entrepreneurial skills. And we offer to the user the possibility to enter to this platform and also expand their knowledge in other specific topics like circular economy, soft skills, etc. Just before I enter on the detail of the open call, what are the challenges that you need to overcome with the open call, with your solution? First of all is the green and transition and circular economy. We have identified during the implementation of our project and also with some external resources that there is a lack of training and knowledge regarding circular business model and the adoption of environmental certification. So Based on that lack of knowledge, lack of resources, especially in our pilot that are, as I mentioned before, Central Portugal, Spain in Murcia region, and also in Italy in Facentro area. What we need is to try to engage people, to and upscale people on this circular and green transition. The same happen, this lack of knowledge happen also in the topic of digitalization. We identify low level of digital adoption among companies, workers, especially in rural areas where even though they have internet, they don't know exactly what kind of application or tools they could use for improve their life and their work. So they are insufficient resources to them, but also they are in a basic level of skill in terms of digitalization. Of course, we also found that there is sometimes a lack of time to try to overcome this digitalization problem. And finally, in terms of entrepreneurship and soft skill, we identify also a notable gap in this importance of the soft skill, like networking, entrepreneurship, project management, even though the awareness of the availability of funding opportunities. So that are like the main soft skill that we have identified. So basically, that are the three main challenges that we want to address in our open call. You don't need to address the three at the same time, but it could be positive if you could address more than one with your project or with your solution. Regarding the participant who could be part of this open call, who could apply to this action, that is one of our questions that have already arrived to our consortium email. If you are a consortium, you couldn't take part of the project. You need to be a legal entity, public or private body, but you couldn't be also just a natural person. You need to be self-engaging or be part of a legal entity, public or private. Also, it's important that you need to be established in one of the eligible countries that are European member states or non-European countries, but listed in this list of Horizon Europe program of EEA countries and countries associated. Also, if you are already asked for funding in another and you have been granted in another program, please take into account that it's not possible to join here. Also, if you are a person or organization partner in the new EcoSmart consortium, or you are formally linked into one of the partners, you could then apply for this open call. The same for international organizations, European bodies, or entities without legal personality because they are not eligible, and also association or interesting grouping are not available as well as potential applicants. Based on that, after checking if you are able and you are eligible to take part on the action, let's check the timeline. The publication of this call was submitted or launched in our website and also in our social media by the end of September. And the deadline for submitting application is last month in December, concretely the 5th of December. We are here in this webinar or info session, and you will have, I will say, around 20 days until the final submission deadline. The evaluation period will be between December and January. We will inform the results to the applicant in January, and during the month of January, we will start to proceed with the grant agreement with the winners or the applicant that finally will be working in our projects. And the provisional starting date for starting the 5-month implementation of your solution will be February. Regarding eligible costs, what are the eligible costs that you could submit in your proposal are direct costs, in terms of direct cost, personal costs, but also some other direct costs like travel, equipment, cost of the goods and or services, etc. Regarding indirect costs, we have established a flat rate of 7%. In terms of justification, also just to mention that the only justification that you need to do is the direct cost, but not for the indirect cost. How you need to submit your proposal. We have open call templates you could find in our website, but also in the last slide of today, you will find also the link, just in case you have to prepare this proposal. In the template, there is a maximum of 10 pages, and the basic information that we are looking for is the title, of course, the applicant information, the pilot challenge, the abstract, the impact, objective, methodology, ambition, the work plan, and finally the resources. When you have this document ready, of course in English, you have to submit in the form that you could find the link in the slide that I'm showing at the moment. So you have to prepare the document and directly upload to a Google form where all the information and the application are compiling, and later on will be distributed for the evaluation. In terms of evaluation, just to mention that by the 6th of December, all the proposals will be checked in terms of eligibility. For example, if you are the participants are eligible, if you are submitting a budget with the limitation that the consortium have proposed, and another kind of eligible aspect. If you are not fulfilling this eligibility criteria, your proposal will be rejected automatically and you receive a rejection letter. But if you are eligible, you will start the evaluation processes. The evaluation processes has like, I would say, 3 main phases. The first phase or step will be individual evaluation. Your proposal will be evaluated by 2 evaluators, and this proposal will be checked first of all in an individual way. They will prepare a report, and later on they will go for the second phase. The second phase will be to join these 2 individuals' evaluation and prepare a consensus report. Based on that, we will go for like a final consensus score for each of our proposals, and we will go for the last step, that will be the panel review. We will evaluate the scores, and based on the score and the punctuation, we will classify the application, and we will select the main 3 ones, because there will be one proposal per pilot win. After this evaluation, again, you will receive or the rejection letter if your proposal has not been selected, or the positive answer and feedback that your proposal has been selected. And later on, we will talk about the grant agreement signature, the budget allocation, and any other details. In terms of evaluation, just to mention that there are like 3 main pillars to be evaluated. The first one is the impact, to what extent the output and your proposal contribute to the next open call, and also if your proposal have some impact in enhance the social innovation in general. The threshold here is 3 points, and the maximum score are 50, because we are evaluated in a total of 15 points. Regarding innovation or excellence, we have like different points to be taken into account. One is the clarity and pertinency of the objective. The second one is the relationship between your proposal and the pilot priority gap that you are addressing. The third one is the credibility of your methodology, your concept, etc. And also the last one is the extent that your proposed work is ambitious and innovative. Here the threshold is 4 points and the maximum score are 5. And the last evaluation criteria here is the quality and efficiency of the implementation. We have like if you have sufficient or enough operational capacity, also your quality and effectiveness of the work plan, the resources that you are assigning to each of the tasks, etc. Once again, here the threshold is 3 points and the maximum score are 5. Regarding the evaluation, just to sum up a little bit, what we are looking for are the excellence, the transparency, the independence of your solution, but also we will go for impartiality, objectivity, accuracy, consistency, and of course, confidentiality, because the information that you provide to us will be also confidential in the sense that will not be shared with any other organization. Regarding the funding scheme, just to mention that the maximum budget that could be applied for any of your solution or project is 16,500 euros. After, also it's important to mention that if your project is approved, after the signature of the contract between the two parties, the consortium on behalf of CETEN and your side, you will have an advance of the 40% of the grant that you receive. And after that, you have the obligation, of course, of implement your solution and also to return to us, to the consortium, all the necessary justification, deliverable report, financial document, to try to justify that you have implemented properly your solution in the pilot. After receive all the information and verify that everything is correct and executed, you will receive the 60% of the amount that will be pending. Also to take into account some aspects regarding the funding scheme, even this information will be sent to us, all the financial documentation, deliverable, etc. It's important that you need to keep the documents and other information, other important information that could justify your implementation and participation in the open call. Sorry, after 5 years. Why? Because an audit could come to the project and they could contact you to provide more information. Also, it's important to remind that during the implementation of the proposal, you need to avoid any conflict of interest with the people that are participating in the pilots and also with the consortium. And finally, in case of any projects, in case of force majeure, you need to finalize the pilot implementation, the open call implementation. If you don't finalize for any other reason, not force majeure, you need to come back the money to the consortium. Finally, before closing this explanation about the open call, just to mention to you that there are some information and short documents available in our website. The first one is the NES open call document. This is a guide for potential applicant where there is a description of the objective, eligibility criteria that I mentioned, also submission guideline, and also information about the funding opportunities that we have in this open call. Here below, you could find the link, and also as the presentation will be shared with you, you could find all the information in this slide. Anyway, in our website, it's also available. The second document is the open call, the guide for open call applicant. That's a document, or it's a detailed resource for people interested in applying to the open call. It has more step-by-step instruction of the application, the processes, the eligibility requirement, and also all the evaluation procedure that I also mentioned some minutes ago. And finally, the open call proposal template. That is the document that you need to prepare and submit for showing to us your solution. It's a standardized framework. You need to try to follow the instruction of the document, maximum 10 pages, as I mentioned, and fulfill all the subsection like objective, methodology, budget, etc. Of course, in English, try to be clear and consistent to allow to the jury a best evaluation. And final, a recap of the relevant information. In total, we have almost 50,000 euros for this open call. We are going to approve 3 projects, 1 per pilot. The deadline of our open call is the 5th of December. The evaluation procedure will be between December and January, and the provisional starting date for this 5 months of project implementation will be February of next year. Apart from this document that I mentioned before, we could support to you with other resources and channels. The first one is our social media and our website, but also we have this email that you see in the screen now, question@newecosmart.eu. This is our email for any question. Some of you have already contacted us, but we are able to answer your question that will not be solved now after this presentation. Also, as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, we are going to include a frequent question section in our website. So you have the link there. And finally, the recording of this section will be also available next week for your question and for your review, or even though you finally had not attended this meeting in direct. So basically, that's the presentation from my side and from consortium side. Thank you for listening to me and to be patient. I think that there are some questions, so I'm going to move to the question section. Okay, I'm going to start with the first one. Thank you, Javier, for your question. Your question is, what are the dates in which the project should be developed? It is mandatory to start on February, or is there some flexibility? Well, in fact, the project in general, the New EcoSmart project has a duration of 2 years, and the project ends at the end of July. So as we are looking for a maximum of 5 months of implementation, if you are applying for a project of 5 months of implementation and you don't start in February, you will be limited by the end of the project. So there is flexibility. You could start maybe in March, but that's true that the final date to finalize with your project and implementation is in July. The next one is by Joanna. Can we address only one of the pilot priority gaps? Yes, of course. As I mentioned at the beginning, when I explained the 3 challenges, the green, the digital, and the entrepreneurship, you could go for the 3 or maybe go only for 1. It's up to you. Ideally, if you could go for the 3, will be better for the impact of the project, but you could go only and address one of the pilot priorities. An anonymous person mentioned if the implementation is 5 or 4 months. As I mentioned, the maximum is 5 because before February it's impossible to start, but you could also set in 4 months. Luis asked if the presentation will be available to us. Yes, as you know, this is a webinar that you have to register before in advance in Zoom account. So what we are going to do is to launch the presentation for all the people that has been registered, and of course for that has attending this event today. Leticia, as I'm part of the Agora project team, in the event of winning the open call, what tax implication will be our investment hand for the receiving company? In fact, it's a grant, so you receive directly the grant without any tax. It's like a project, Horizon Europe project, it's a cascade plan project, so you receive directly the money and you don't have to make any tax implication because you directly receive the money. It's not like in the case of the of the hackathon that you receive a prize. So in terms of price, you have to pay this tax implication also because it was individually. But here, the company that are receiving the grant don't have any tax implication. The only need is they need to prove or present this budget that they receive in the final account of every year, but it's like other kind of project or any kind of money that you receive. This asks about the total duration of the project. If you are talking about the duration of your implementation of your solution, maximum 5 months, because in general, the project that is framework, this open call, finish in July as well. Also, Luis asked about the financial contribution. It's 100%, not 80%. It's not a co-fund action, not for your side. As a cascade project, you are going to receive all the money that I mentioned. The total budget that we have is this almost 50,000 euros, and you are going to receive your part because this is the total for the 3 projects that will be win. You will receive your part without any co-funding or reduction. Joanna asked, the call mentioned proposals are encouraged to have a the training approach. So solution might have different activities for different target group. Is it correct? Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are working with 45 plus adult, with companies, other stakeholders like cluster, research center, bed program. So you could go for one of the target group, maybe 45 years old, and work directly with them, or even though with potential trainer of this target group. But maybe your action or your solution could target and encompass adult 45 years old, SMEs. Is depend of your solution. It's not compulsory to go and target in all the activities, all the target group and stakeholder. It could be in ones, yes, in other not, or maybe only focus on one of our target group. It's possible as well. It's not clear for me. The proposal could be something to add in your current digital platform or a new one is needed. Is depend of the proposal. That means, for example, let's put a hypothesis. Your solution is to prepare a mobile application to work on circular economy topic like industrial symbiosis. In that case, even though we have already a mobile application, you could create the new one and you could work alone without integrating your solution in our platform. In the test, in case of the mock, New EcoSmart has created a mock. We have our own training. Your training could be integrated there, or even though if you prefer or you already have one, it could be created in a different mock platform or in a digital platform. Do we have to work with all the target group, or can we choose just one? You could choose one. If you want, you could choose one. Ideally, as much as target group will be targeted, will be better for the project and better for the impact, but you could apply for with your solution going for only one of the target group. If an NGO could apply for the project, when we go for this participant eligibility, if you are a private or a public or body, you could work on that. If you are an association or interesting grouping, depend of if you have a legal personality in your organization. Because in general, legal entities, public or private, are available. And if you are an association, but you have legal personality, you are also eligible. I don't know if you have more questions. Okay, basically, before closing this webinar of today, just to recap a little bit your doubts and to try to clarify as much as possible. Our open call, we are a project that we would like to increase the skills gap that we have identified in three main pillars: green, digital, and entrepreneurial or soft skill. It's not needed that your solution address the three challenges. You could go for only one challenge. On the same side, there are different target group: adult plus 45 years old, also the SMEs and companies, or even though other stakeholders as bed provider. You could go only for one of the target group. You don't need to encompass all. Of course, ideally, as much challenges you address, as much target group are you addressing as well, it will be better for the impact over the project and probably will be better evaluated by the jury. But it's not compulsory. You could go only with one of these target group and one of our challenge. Regarding the piloting, we have three piloting, and you could address the one that is could be better for you. We have the piloting in Portugal that is mainly focused in mid-center Portugal. The second one is in Spain, in the Murcia region, and the third one is in Pacentro area in Italy. You could address one of the three pilots. You have to prepare a solution and prepare this and complete this template that I showed you before with maximum 10 pages and with a maximum budget of 16,500 euros per project. The solution will start minimum in February, and the last month that you could be implementing your solution will be July, because the project finalized. The money that arrived directly to the organization that is applying for the project with 100% of the budget. There is no reduction, there is no co-fund, so you have to adjust your budget with these direct costs that I mentioned and these indirect costs to the budget that are per solution, but there is no reduction of co-funding. Regarding the kind of organization that are eligible, we have these legal entities that are public or private bodies. Natural persons are not eligible. Are the other kind of association or interest grouping could participate if they have some legal personality in the organization. Of course, consortiums are not available or eligible, and the same with any people or organizations that have a direct connection with the 8 partners of our consortium. I see another question regarding the Can we repeat a same solution in different locations? Yes, of course. That means, for example, if you are talking about the region of Murcia, the Spanish piloted, you could do something in an area and repeat in another city of the region. You could repeat the solution. It's not a problem. In the case of Portugal, it's the same. The pilots in Portugal have small cities included, so you could repeat the same solution in the piloting. There is no need to be registered in the Luis asked if the participating organization have to be previously registered on the EU platform. Not at all, because if you go for this link that I put here, the registration is out of the European platform. It's a Google form that compiles your information, and there is no need to be registered in the ECAS portal. So just put your data then, and for the grant agreement will be seen by CETEN and your organization, and you will need basic information like VAT number, full legal names of the organization, but there is no need to be inside the European platform, just to provide the basic information to make the agreement. There are any other questions that you think should be solved today? If not, please, as I mentioned before, we are open to support you during the application. The email is available. Some of you have already contacted me, and you see that the answers are quite fast, and we try to solve to you all the doubts. So use this channel as much time as you need. Luis asked about the explanation of the working package about new EcoSmart project, I suppose. Well, that's our working package plan under the new EcoSmart project. That's the project that we are implementing. In the first working package, we have the project management and coordination is this general working package that we use to have in all the projects, to try to manage the project, communicate among the consortium, etc. The second working package is co-design of NES social innovation methods and map of skill. This working package finalized last July, and the main objective was to identify these challenges and this gap in the three main pillars and in the three main pilots. What we did was to, first of all, make a survey, make a research with different target group, 45 plus adult workers, SMEs, etc., and identify what are their gaps at the moment, and also what they think in the future will be needed in terms of digital, green, and entrepreneurship. Apart from that, we did a research of the national and European legislation that there's about three main topics, and finally, we go for identification best practice, also to make so co-design section to identify with stakeholder what are these needs and what are these gaps that we have already explained to you in the challenges. The third working package that the new EcoSmart project is implementing is the digital enable for an innovation ecosystem. This working package is mainly focused on prepare this training material and this toolkit that I showed to you, the MOOC, the microlearning app, and these toolbooks with different projects. available. So during this working package, we are working on implementing and developing this solution, the Neo EcoSmart solution. The fourth work package is the pilot and the impact assessment. What we are going to do here is to check with the target group and the stakeholder the new EcoSmart solution, but also the solution that you are going to present to ourselves. The working package 5 is the ecosystem evolution, is the working package that encompass this open call, and the main objective is to try to engage more stakeholders in our project. For that purpose, we are doing two activities. The first one is a NES hackathon that was like a competition between different groups to try to identify and think about solutions that could be increase and improve this ecosystem of new EcoSmart and the target group. But that was only a competition to explain and think about potential ideas. The second step is this open call that is to make reality these ideas or new ideas, to try to solve these gaps that we have identified in terms of digital green and green transition. So under this working package, we have created this cascade fund or open call to try to give to other organizations some money to implement a solution in our piloting. And finally, the working package 6 is communication, outreach, and sustainability. That's are the general also working package of any project to try to disseminate the project, create social media, website, etc. That's are the working package of new EcoSmart project, but you don't need to prepare this kind or the same work picking package. The only thing that you need to prepare in your work plan is explain what are the activities or tasks that you need to implement to finally go and demonstrate that your solution have impact in our projects and in our target group. Joanna asked now if does the solution need to be digital? Is mandatory? I suppose that by digital, are you meaning if they have to be online or they could be face-to-face action? Both approaches are okay. You could do online solutions because also they will have more impact to more people, but of course you could develop a solution for a face-to-face event or for a more physical group of people. Thank you, Joanna. Also for attending today and for asking questions to try to be in line with our open call and consuming your proposal. If there is no more questions, I think we could just close our session of today. Okay, you have one. I stop until you write it. Yeah, of course, you need to go if you want to go for the platform, you need to know more about our mod platform. The platform is almost ready. So just contact to us and we could provide some information about the mock or even though giving you some access. and given also the information of our deliverable that could provide you more information about the status of the platform, what opinion is, etc. So but it could be more easy if we transfer to you this information through email. Okay, so just contact to us by email and we will provide you the information that you need. Okay. So thank you so much for everyone that has attended the email. We could be in contact through our email that I put in the presentation. As I mentioned, this presentation is going to be shared with you just today through email. In the presentation, you have all the links and all the information. And also by next week, you will have available in our website the recording of this session and also this frequent answer and question document, when you could find all the questions writing again that we solved today and also the previous one that we received by email some days ago. So let's and I hope you have solved your doubt, that the open call will be interesting for you, and let's wait for your application before the 5th of December. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and a nice weekend.